Waiting for Get Right, and we don't have to wait any longer to see this Dig lineup in action. Live into the pistol round here on Train, taking on Orgless. Going to start on the T side. We've got the eyes of Wardell. Two players heading towards Ivy, making plenty of noise, but look at this stack. At least this part of the map should be handled by Dig.
Yeah, if they actually had tried to go through with that, if they wanted to follow through on that Ivy push, that would have been very, very bad. Now, over on the B-bomb side, though, Exist is playing alone, but he has an HE and a smoke, so he could probably buy a little bit of time if they want to rush in and do something with it. And yeah, he's just set up for it. You see him just holding it, and yeah, he's going to try and just drop it right in front of him, and you have to assume. Holding it a little bit.
He's waiting to hear for some footsteps. This is a long time for Orgless. Just two players make very light contact out towards Ivy, and it's been a silent fallback since then. Oh, here comes a double nade, though. This could be perfectly timed. He steps right into it. That's utility gone as well.
Wow. You're going to feel so outplayed when that happens. Like, they almost know what's coming. The smoke is going to be fading, and that's fine, but still, they have to try and beat the range of that USP, and that's going to be very tricky. There's three people waiting for them inside of the bomb site. More rotations are coming through. Look at Dig. They have every way of knowing what's coming. They're in such good positions right now. Exist traded fairly early on. The bomb is being planted back there. No one can stop that. But the afterplant is going to be very, very tricky. Wardell, though, has picked up a USP, and that's a headshot ringing through. Those stolen USPs are huge in these pistol rounds. There you see long range. He's ready to try and fight it, and a little bit closer up is going to be Ye with the Glock. He's trying to see if he can maybe sneak around and go for the flank. It's going to have to be really quick. Forrest almost unfazed and not even worried about that fight. And Finesse goes down, and the flank is not going to be working out. Nice shots from Freiburg, and they're going to be on that bomb right away.
That's not a bad retake. I really like the decision from Ye to push up along that high train, but he needed to make his move much quicker. That Glock completely out of position, not to mention that the bomb isn't planted for him. He needed to be involved in the action a bit earlier. Nice attempt from Orgless. The bomb plant is going to help. And they're going to go for the Krieg buy. Ye drops one over. I would imagine Wardell would also. So two Kriegs and a Galil going to be on the board.
They needed to win that fight against Exist without losing anyone, because they actually had the smokes off to block any kind of teammates helping out Exist. So that would have been fine if they could have immediately taken him out. But just that one kill slows the whole thing right down. Here we go.
Sub Rosa with the Krieg. This play from Forrest out towards Ivy is huge. He could get a pop flash from a teammate. It might be on contact, but he's at a huge disadvantage here. It's too late. He goes down without even a fight back.
Nice opening. Freiburg going to be Molotov off the angle. And, Sub Rosa had managed to sneak all the way out, and that's definitely a lapse in communication. Guardian was kind of out there, and I guess he just fell back from us, but now they're in a lot of trouble here. 5 versus 3. Exist is up next, and like such a good turnaround for Orgless.
Yeah,
really loving it.
That was incredible. Obviously, Sub Rosa being able to sneak all the way down that lane is a nightmare for the Dig defense. And that'll certainly be something that, like you said, lack of communication, whether it's Guardian as a stand-in, whether it's the language barrier, that is something they need to keep their eyes on. And those are the mistakes that I expect to see out of Orgless on the CT side, right? Like a team that's not too experienced together. You know, having a tough time having that kind of coordination to make sure no one can push down. Instead, it affects Dig first. Holy hell.
Get a fucking on it!
I love it. Oh, it's so good. Third round coming up now.
Listen, Forrest, you call him out, he's going to bang out your face right as scout.
Got to be careful, right?
Yeah, don't piss him off.
A little bit of a chance there. We're against FNS. Oh, and they're challenging him yet again. They've actually picked up the Krieg that was dropped. That's an amazing pickup from Freiburg, even if it was Forrest to get the kill. I don't know. It would take a lot of screaming and shouting to make Forrest angry, don't you think?
Yeah, he is a pretty chill guy, isn't he? I don't think he'd get angry, but he will just get more powerful.
He'll just turn it into something else.
Trying to get some shots through the smoke, just spamming away. Yeah, that Krieg is huge for Freiburg. Two players going to turn the corner in T-mid, but they've got to hurry up because that smoke has subsided out towards Ivy. So these guys, this is a tough position to be in for this long.
Freiburg very exposed in this position. Got to be very careful about that Ivy potential look. Only 35 seconds. Yeah, there's the Ivy hit coming in. Good opening from Ye to take down Freiburg. And back in a 4-on-4, and obviously huge weapon advantage right now for the Orgless side. Forrest aiming for another headshot, but they're going to get cleaned up. And Yeah, I mean, I like the attempt here for Dig anyway. Definitely worth trying to get that Krieg into play. And now it's just about Exist, maybe finding a rifle somewhere.
They had the weaponry, though. That's the unfortunate part, is you would have at least liked to have seen them mount a bit more of a fight when that hit does come in, because they had the Krieg on Freiburg watching team mid. They had the Scout that had rang true, so they had some weapons to really battle with, and unfortunately it just goes the other way. Again, just you see it as well. That initial kill with the attack from Orgless, much like Sub Rosa creeping to Old Hell previously, now it's the player from Ivy not being accounted for, that choke point not being watched, and Freiburg's dropped from the side without even getting a chance to fight.
Well, big turnaround. Dig going to be pretty much out of weapons here. Not even buying a single grenade. See if how long it is. I mean, this is the downside, right, of winning the pistol and then going on a bit of a losing streak. Is that AWP that you really want on someone like Guardian is going to be just further away. It's going to take more time for you to pick it up. And Orgless, you have to assume probably very momentum based, right? That's going to be something that they're going to enjoy if they can get off to the end of the start.
Ooh.
Okay.
Freiburg dinks him. Yeah, he's going to lurk out, and he's feeling pretty confident, feeling pretty frisky. There is a crossfire set up. It's not a very powerful one. Freiburg is put out way too quick for it to have any real impact. And again, this outer bomb site is open for the taking. No one falling for Orgless. They've actually done a great job in these past 2 rounds of just keeping players alive, building up some money in victories. It's going to be 3-1.
Yeah, right now Waddell a little bit ahead of the rest of them. Yay, also the kills. Yeah, 3-1. Still hard to know exactly what it means, but we were talking about this on Train yesterday, that the T side can just be so tricky if the CTs get enough of an economy. So the fact that they turned it around so quickly, Orgless, and they dodged all the Molotovs and all the HEs that otherwise become a problem.
Well, remember the Chaos game as well, when they just blanked their opponents, when they blanked MIBR on their T side, and part of that was having the economic advantage.
Yeah.
If you grab control of it early on, this is a nice opportunity for Orgless to get up to 5, to get up to 6 before Dig can really fight back. They need to win this round, though. Guns on board for both sides, and then that's a wild spray, and Infinite's going to double them up.
Yeah, really good flashbang as well. Waddell will chime in, and Guardian, he's in so much trouble. I think he wanted to fall back, but he got caught in the middle of it. Now it's Exist, trying to see if he could do a little bit more damage here, but the bomb is going to go down, and yeah, it might be better to just save the rifle here. That was a very, very quick smoke for Ivy that that they managed to throw out there. I think it was Sub Rosa that was lining that up. It's pretty cool. Running out of T-spawn.
Yeah, and also, I mean, just the hit out T-mid as well. You know there's not going to be enough Molotovs, enough HE grenades to really make a difference. Exist has a Molotov right now, but he's playing towards the inner bomb site, so taking advantage of the lack of utility on the Dig side, and Orgless has their 4th, and they've got a big advantage. This would be a huge kill for Waddell to find, and that's so fast.
Yeah, he got banged out, didn't he?
Jesus.
It's, yeah, that's the kind of rush that's not going to be possible when Dig have Molotovs and HEs, but they really didn't this time. They just had a couple of smokes and flashbangs, and that's pretty much it. So.
Yeah, that right there, too, is a bit of an unfortunate lineup between Get Right and Freiburg, that Infinite's able to double them in such a fashion, but they're going to be happy of a good start. 4-1. And again, around against just pistols. Look at the money built up already. Infinite's at 10K. Waddell's just behind that. Cash flow is looking good. Yay and Sub Rosa both over 5,000. So Dignitas, or Dig, this is going to be harder than they expected.
I mean, yeah, they're already in a lot of trouble, I would say. Almost certainly going to be 5-1 here. They'd bought some HE grenades early on in this round, but nobody really there to receive them. And now we're down to Deagles and pistols. What a dreadful start. we were all hyped up on Dig. Everyone had bought it. What was it? 80-20 for the community.
Yeah.
All of the analysts and casters had all picked Dig.
Listen, nostalgia isn't always everything you want it to be. We've seen that with, you know, Lion King remakes, Ghostbuster remakes, all of it. It's not quite the same.
Star Wars.
Star Wars is just atrocious.
Throw that in there. You're right. Doesn't have. Well, we're not counting them out yet, you know. But there could end up being a little bit of buyer's remorse in some of us.
Some of us. I like the fact that Ye was willing to be so aggressive and so, you know, he's taking so many risks out towards Ivy, but that's actually a very cool style of him to just get. He's gotten towards the end of Ivy so many times without a whole lot of resistance. Freiburg's going to provide some of it in ladder room.
That almost looked like FNS kept jumping and eventually just called in Wardell and said, you know what, it's fine, there's no trouble here, and then he just walks into the deagle shot. Oh, takes that at range. The Krieg, it is a much better tool for it. Still a very, very expensive round. Freiburg with a double kill so far and now in a 1-on-2, but he's got the AWP, so going for it has its own level of risk.
Well, you don't lose anything necessarily, right? You just don't gain anything in the next round if he goes for this and dies. It's not a weapon that he invested in, but it's certainly one that could help them save money. And he might just want to get out now. Look at the HP, 7 health. He's got no kit. No point in going for this follow-up fight. He's done the job. They've gotten 4 kills. That's not bad at all. 4 kills and an AWP for Dig in a round like this is pretty solid.
Yeah, that's, I mean, again, just comparing to the previous round, when nobody went down on the Orgless side,
yeah,
you want rounds like these where you at least limit that economy, make sure you can set yourself up for the turnaround, which has to happen pretty much now. 5-1 is a brilliant start for Orgless, not so much for Dig.
Not so much for Dig at all. But we'll see what they've got. They have the saved op that's passed over to Guardian. Forrest has picked up one of his own. Now you can see in the utility bar when it comes back up for you, the Molotovs, they've got 4 of them in play. They've got plenty of HEs. They've got smoke. So they have the utility necessary to stop any kind of a fast push from Orgless, depending on the tactic that comes out. Sub Rosa going to line it up. Couple players heading towards box halls, looking like a bit of a default coming out of Orgless.
Very interesting to see how that double works out. Because we definitely saw that in play yesterday, right? That was one of the most egregious things between Steel and Smooya. Just so hard to stop.
Look at how aggressive Ye's being again. He's already peeking out at 1.5 minutes. Oh my god, Forrest has given up the angle. This is going to be a free kill again on a Freiburg, although he doesn't even need to do it. Ye, picked off. And he's going to be frustrated because it seemed like he had so much space to work with.
Yeah, you still love the play, just the idea of it. Infinite could be a little bit of trouble here as Get was close enough to catch him trying to get up the ladder again. And we'll even swap out for the Krieg. So this is a bit of a better start still, 4 versus 3. And they need to make sure they keep an economy here. They don't lose any more rifles. Under 1 minute on the clock as Orgless is starting to set up down at Ivy.
And this flank from Getright, he climbs up the ladder as well. That allows Guardian to play very, very far back at the inner bomb site, but he can back away whenever he wants, so they can have a very strong defense. Exist is watching towards Ivy from the middle train from E-Box.
Yeah, just to try and take a... You've got to be careful, because if Wardell peeks in with the AWP, that could be a really quick end to it. He's got it lined up nicely, and we're down to under 30 seconds now, so they need to move Orgless. If they want any chance of doing this, they're trying to see if they can boost to look on over as they flash their way in. Just a really, really smart idea. This is going to be very hard to peek this angle if you're coming in from the CT side. Wardell gets one, but unfortunately, FNS can't get away from up there. He's just staying crouched, and Wardell now, really no chance at all. Forrest will take him down. Both the orbs will stay alive on the Dig side, so that's going to help them out quite a bit. But still losing 3 members.
Yeah, it was costly, especially because the Alpers are going to have to drop M4s over just so, again, they can build up those nades to slow things down and have some options. But that's a good first step for Dig to win that gun round. And still, even with the loss, even with 4 players going down in the previous for Orgless, they've got plenty of money. So a lot more for Dig to burn through before they can start to breathe easier and feel a bit better about this defense.
Well, you mentioned it, and it happened again in the previous round, the aggression out of Ye. That's so cool to see. Very hard to deal with if you even have a couple of rounds where you get picked off like that, even if it didn't have a big impact that last round, it's just going to do something to your morale on the defending side, right?
He had such a nice timing on it. A shame that FNS got the kill before he could be put into play. Infinite coming out. Oh, he's going to get a double kill, isn't he? Getright's gone down as well. It's just barely trying to hold on through the smoke. 2 kills for him. And they can back away and calm this down.
Yeah, they definitely can. A lot of damage onto Sub Rosa. It looked like they were about to lose the round completely, that Dig, but they managed to find their way back into the round, and now they may have a chance. Looking over the smoke as Exist, and he sees the face of Ye, takes him down immediately. Forrest with an uncharacteristic miss there, and that means it's still a 2-on-2. The gun barrel showing, and Exist absolutely no. Easy kill right there. A nice quad kill at the moment. He's working on the ace if he can. 50 seconds, and Sub Rosa's low on health, but there's the ace to pick it up. Nice done. That's an amazing job on Exist.
Yeah, and they called off the double op setup as well. Perhaps Forrest, after that miss, just says, "Nah, no thanks. I don't want it anymore."
I'm out.
Picks up the Krieg. That's a round-saving performance from Exist.
That's a very nice job on Exist.
I mean, 2 of those kills coming through the smoke, so you're not always going to get that. But I mean, phenomenal job from start to finish.
And again, there was a little bit of them taking the initiative, right? That was Exist moving out towards the E-box. You had the previous round where Get Right was up the ladder. Those I actually think are good signs for NIP.
Yeah, being confident, being proactive across the map.
Someone had to do it.
Someone had to.
Sub Rosa, not really worried about the smoke. Going to be throwing the pistol through first and then seeing if he get the returning. He does. Oh dear, one of them must have been for the smoke, surely. Did they really line up once again? Sub Rosa with a stunning triple kill. That is so hard to believe. Guardian really wanted that, but the flashbang made it a little bit tricky. And now they have the whole bomb side. Could definitely go for the bomb plant here. Sub Rosa, yeah, a little bit exposed. He's going to be going down. That's a bit awkward.
Guardian has got to find some way to get involved in the action here. It's not going to be easy. I think he just missed the timing. He's definitely spotted it now. He definitely knows at this point. Misses the shot. Needs to go back for more. He's at least got FNS pinned down, but that's a lot of attention. Even now, Exist is rotating back to look towards the inner bomb site, and Guardian's gone hunting.
He wants it, and he'll find the kill. Oh, wow. What was this, like a 4-on-2, now into a 2-on-2? The bomb is about to go down, and no one can stop it at least, so they're going to have that. But Orgless is going to be really upset if they can't win this round. With the opening that they had, it should be theirs every single time.
Ye's position surely is a checkmate. I don't think they have the resources to clear this out. Ye's going to get at least one, and that's going to make things so very difficult because Infinite will just be able to play with the bomb.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a tough angle to clear right here. Oh, the spam coming through. That's so wild. And he actually reacts to it. They didn't even know. That was just a test. Now they can see they can flash their way through. Guardian takes him down. What a play. Just a couple of bullets to flush him out. And now Infinite, one good kill inside of the smoke. And he's going to get the second one too. Orgless will make it out, but only barely. What a scary round. Now, I really want to see this triple from Sub Rosa, especially the last 2 kills.
That was freakish. And this is the exact same way they entered previously. Oh my god. That's so unreasonable.
I can't believe it.
Poor Forrest. You just got to feel for the guy. No,
Right,
that's fine. I was a little bit upset that you asked me to build upon that confidence. That's really kind of a
It's fine, but listen to us all.
move here.
Even if you don't have the confidence, if you say it confidently, it's fine. They're going to win.
It's a whole fake it till you make it concept.
Yeah, people believe it. I almost bought it.
That's how you've built your career.
Most of my life, in fact. 6-3. Should have seen me in high school.
I wish. That would have been a funny one.
We've got the Eagles. We've got a scout on Get Right. And we've got some USPs. So definitely not that encouraging. I like the push into team main. That gives them the benefit of pushing everyone over here at the B-bomb side.
It also allows them to stack this site. They have the information, no pressure, no noises in mid. So 4 players here. The best you can hope for. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to do a whole lot, especially because one of those deagles is the player in mid.
Watch Get Right land 3 headshot with this scout. Just going to happen. Well, attacks him in the legs. It's a good start. But now they're all burning. There's going to be no headshots, in fact, Jason.
Yeah, 0 headshots.
Forrest, though, at least trying to output a bit of damage. Going to be hard when they're getting that close, though. And Freiburg sneaking in inside of the smoke. He was pretty good last couple of rounds here with the Deagle. He's done some damage to FNS. But, again, they should be able to clean this one up. Once the bomb goes down, it is kind of a different game.
I like that Ye's already got him boxed in from ladder room. He's just like, you're not leaving. Not leaving from this angle, so move forward. He's putting a lot of faith in his 2 teammates, and for good reason. Oh, that's a nice headshot. Now Ye's got to back off. I think Freiburg, again, best option might be to slide forward, pick up one of those creeks while you can, and just try and bail out. He's
really hoping someone else goes for the peak. Not going to be so lucky. And they have 2 Molotovs, so even if he had a kit or something and he tried to run, to go for it, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be possible. They might just, yeah, there's one of them, just as an insurance policy. Throw that on there and make sure no one's going to get close. But he's going to do exactly what you said. Pick up a rifle, pick up a Molotov as well, and start to make a run for it.
It's not too shabby. Although when you're down 3-7, these silver linings mean less and less. Dig needs to get to work on a comeback in this half right about now. Plenty of money to buy for this defensive side. We'll see if they can get back on the board. The double up setup didn't seem to be too effective for him. They're going to go right back into it. Forrest has one, so does Guardian. That's going to hurt the utility they can bring into this round just a bit. Those 2 players severely lacking in nades. Just the 2 kits on Freiburg and Get Right.
Well, this is going to be a time where they really cannot get picked off by any of those main rushes or any of those Ivy trickery that's been going on. So let's see if the double orb is going to do what it's meant to do. Some pretty good grenades coming out. Lands on top of Get Right, does a bit of damage, but mostly he'll be fine with it. And now just pushing the back with a couple of Molotovs there.
Look at the amount of nades left for Dig, though. Only one flashbang on Exist. They just used one of their 3 smokes and missed shot from Force. Actually, excuse me, didn't miss it. Leg shot onto Wardell. That's a good start, considering you're not going to have utility for much longer in this game. Or in this round, excuse me.
It looked like Forrest was well aware that there was going to be some sort of a double peek going on, and usually it's the AWP that's, you know, up on the high ground there, or up in the container. They've left Yay all the way down at Ivy and just pulled everyone else back. Now there's a weird fight that's going on here.
Yeah, and Orgless
They're playing
is...
battleships through the
through the door. Well, Orgless is going to be fine with that. They're more than happy that all this utility is being used. They've held on to their own. It's only Ye who's kind of dumped his utility, his nades. Everyone else has fine. 4 smokes, 4 Molotovs, 3 flashbangs to use. This is going to be a really difficult dig. Have no counters to it, especially at this inner bomb site. Get Right's on the other side. He's got the only Molotov, and he's close towards T mid. So when this inner hit comes in, it's going to be supremely powerful. Exist and Guardian have a big job to do.
Yeah, and he just has a single flashbang. I mean, if he get a kill on the high ground, Guardian is covering this side, but not quite enough. That is a connection on Sub Rosa, and he will go down eventually. So a little bit of help. Exist still gets shut down eventually, and now do they have the smoke? They have 2 smokes to smoke off Guardian if they really want it, and they don't use any one of them, and Guardian will not clean it up. A great double kill, even if that was a bit sketchy. They were getting very, very close. 2 on 4 here as the bomb is about to go down. They don't have a single smoke, and Ye still has a Molotov, and that is something you've got to be worried about. If he can get out from this train carriage, that Molotov could really make a huge difference. He gets shut down before he gets a chance to throw it, and that's a problem for Wardell, who's down to 16 health and might as well just back on out of here. There's no point in trying to go for this, so pretty good retake, even if that was, you know, a little bit, if the roles were reversed, if it had been Ye up there with the Molotov instead of him being down on the low ground, that would have been a problem. Yeah,
they didn't have the smokes to put it out whatsoever, so that could have been a huge deal. Unfortunately, Ye not able to get on the ground. Good shooting from Guardian. That's exactly what they need out of him. Fortunate with the smoke pluming to block off that final player's vision.
Again, just want to reiterate, they had 2 smokes when they were getting killed by Guardian. So they could have done, I think, a little bit more to not be in that position there, Orgless. And that's a mistake that's just worth thinking about. See if it happens again. They're still having a great first half, so you don't want to criticize them too much, but that's one of those small things, right? Setting up with a couple of grenades, Freiburg and Exist. I actually love that feature of the hut where you can see the grenades being selected next to the weapons. That's worth thinking about when you see the execute. If you see 3 or more people, you know, with smokes in their hands, you know something is coming. FNS, oh dear. They had so heavily bombarded that main entrance, they thought surely no one is going to be in here any longer. And they were wrong.
Yeah, they were very wrong, and that's the consequence, especially considering there's flashbangs on these players outside. That could have been utilized to help that push. I mean, FNS saw that the whole way, saw the shadow and everything, so Dig getting a bit aggressive on a round where they don't have a whole lot of money to toy with. They could get reset again here, and it's not the worst thing in the world. There's not a whole lot of rounds. It's not like it's going to decimate you for a good sequence, but everything that Orgless adds on top of this 7 rounds is just the cherry on top for them. They've already hit the number that they're happy with.
Forest AWP up here is so scary because it's fine. Oh no, with the window, it's not even fine for a kill, and he's going to be going down. That pane of glass apparently is enough to make a difference.
No one has gone down for Orgless until just now. Exist's going to back away, and he's been the best performing player for Dig. And the unfortunate thing about it is he's the inner defender. He's doing good on the rotation over, but there's way too many targets for him when he's rotating. He had that ace earlier on.
Yeah.
But you would like someone that's on the initial part of this outside defense to be effective.
Yeah, that's such a shame. Again, I kind of like it. I kind of enjoyed the idea of them going for the double main push after having grenaded all of it.
Yeah.
I like the theory behind it, but the way that it actually worked out, I wish we could almost see it in replay. Maybe we will from FNS point of view. There are no flashbangs being thrown here, is there?
No, there's not a single flashbang from the Dig side. They threw the 2 Molotovs early, the one to slow it down, the one to go deep and force someone out of the corner. They double naded the close corner, but that's not going to kill someone with armor.
Yell again! Yell again!
Here's the thing, the shit talk is much less effective when you've got a big happy grin on your face the whole time.
It's hard to, it's just a hard role for Ye to play, isn't it?
It really is.
But I appreciate it. I like that he's trying. I'm sure he'll get into it. Maybe he could have his own story arc where he turns from being, you know, the community favorite, everyone's kind of liking him, and then he's suddenly the villain.
He'll become the Joker.
Let's see. Give him time. Still early, still a young man. He'll be all right.
A lot to learn in this wild, wacky world. Exist pushed up. Who's smiling now?
Not Ye. Well, maybe even Ye.
He's got that puppy smile. Just always there for no reason.
Smiling at his own funeral.
3-on-4 for Orgless, and all 3 players in White Halls for the moment, so they're going to have to find an escape route. And this is where, even if you have the rifles, even if you know you have a weaponry advantage, the map does feel really restricting because they could be pushed in so many different places. And if you're Orgless, it takes so long to like rotate back and clear all the corners, so you don't really have a whole lot of options.
Oh. Executed by a Slovak. It's taken right out. And the push again into main for Get Right here is just giving Dig a couple of more options. Now they've even gone and checked it from the other side, but
the one
see
problem,
if they get to be quick enough.
Yeah, they haven't really capitalized on the information, right? All 3 are going to come from the flank, so this is the idea. Hope Exist gets one more.
Well, the flank is going to be so lightning fast.
Yes.
I don't think there's no way they can guess at it. Exist getting shot at the back, but so is FNS, and that's the bomb. And now 10 seconds. What a beautiful round out of Dig. This is exactly what they need. This is towards the end of the half. If they can get a couple more, if they get up to 7 right now, I actually think even if that's not a great amount of rounds, but I think they're still going to be celebrating. Guardian with a triple kill in this one. Really well done. 8-5.
They might have a chance. This is a round where Orgless doesn't really have everything they would like to go for a buy. So a great opportunity for Dig to salvage what they can out of this half. It hasn't been easy, but starting to get set as the half goes on. 2 rounds remaining. Guardian's going to have the op. And it's full investment from Orgless. I thought they might actually drop down and save, but they've invested everything they've got. 2 Kriegs, a Scout, a UMP, and a Deagle on Ye.
Well, surely that's a reflection of the idea that they know a little bit about the Dig economy. They can probably guess at it. They know if we keep the pressure on right now, it's still not going to be that strong, and maybe we can really hurt them. It's definitely a risk, but
it's not a huge risk because there's only 2 rounds left, but this could be the difference between, I mean, Dig might have a chance to get up to 7 if they can, or they will have a great chance to get up to 7 if they can win this one round. Even if they lose it, there's a pretty decent amount of money built up on 3 players. But you could see as this half has gone on and as Dig has gotten more and more nades, there's been far less fast pace and far less aggression initially out of the Orgless side. Shots traded, and Wardell's going to get the tag with a Scout.
Yeah, Guardian doesn't want to stick around. Hard to blame him for it. Forrest is going to be creeping in there with the Krieg instead, and that could make a big difference. Bomb is still quite far back, and there's about 50 seconds on the clock, which is plenty of time, at least for now. Problem is they have no smokes. They only have flashbangs to try and set up any kind of an attack with. And that will pretty severely limit what they can do here. Could throw some flashbangs into the B bomb side and just hope that you can get the bomb down pretty quick.
Look at the chance Exist playing retake. Far back.
Now, what's interesting then is, will the flashbang stop that Krieg on Exist? If he can snipe a kill away before they get onto the site, that's pretty good news.
He's on the ladder, right? So how does he want to commit? There's a follow-up nade out, so he's going to let them cross over into the bomb site. This could be a tough retake. These Kriegs on the T side and the Orgless side can cause so many problems, and there's the first.
A lot of damage from the Molotov onto Infinite, but he's still alive, and the bomb has been put down in the meantime. Exist up here, looking for a kill. All he needs is a bullet, and that's Infinite gone. Still a 4-on-4, and hiding up close is Ye. He's going to be careful about that. The UMP there, trying to stop the flank, but not successful, and Ye will be dropped as well. The Deagle not coming into play, and now FNS and Wardell, and they actually do this one. Forrest with another kill, jumping through mid-air, and Wardell, 2 targets at once, and that was too much to handle. A good triple kill on Forrest, and they'll get the defuse in as well.
You have to wonder if he could have gotten that kill onto Guardian a little bit earlier. Guardian down to 1 HP. Nice retake from Dig. Costly, but as we mentioned, they've got the money to sustain it, especially going into the 15th and final round of the half.
That was close. That was really, really close, all things considered. Wardell, nice scout action coming out.
They got 2. He had to cover the flank as well. He did a phenomenal job with that scout.
Headshots as well, yeah. Pretty good stuff from Forrest as well. 8-6, and moving into round number 15. So, yeah, like we mentioned, this could be a chance for a run at the 7 rounds from Dig's point of view. Now, the bomb plant does actually help them out a fair bit, Orgless, so that they're able to pick up a couple of more rifles and some more grenades here. Makes a big difference in the end. What do we got right now? Top of the scoreboard is Exist still for Dig. And over on the other side, it's Wardell, and then pretty close behind is Infinite. Christine was mentioning that. Infinite as a player that was worth looking for.
Now he's delivering here, so seeing a little bit of the reason why. Final round of the first half. Counter utility to slow down the attack. Wardell still willing to take the shot. That's the scout back in his hands as well. He sees nothing for the moment. Guardian has his AWP already leaning back towards the B-bomb, so he's already rotated over to assist Exist.
Always a dangerous jump.
Oh, my lord.
And he doesn't even touch the ground before he's dead. What a beautiful shot from Infinite. That is such a long range, even for a Krieg. Exist turning around, but Ye's hiding inside of the smoke and just spamming through, but they're coming through on the other side as well. Yeah, he's watching it all along, and Ness will go down. What great round coming out from Exist right now. Fantastic double kill.
Yeah, he's been a god, and you can see Freiburg. He's rotated outside. He already knows they're out. He's certainly spotted them over at the E-box. He's trying to play it passively, doesn't want to overcommit before his teammates arrive as well. Now Get Right is here in the back lanes. And a fake plant is going to draw Freiburg forward, and he wants to go for the peak. He's going to stop it. Certainly nothing Wardell can do. And that's all she wrote. It's going to be 8-7 in the favor of Orgless. They've come out with a very good opening half on Train. This is their map pick. And we'll see how he can do switching sides. It's a chance for Dig to dictate the pace, dictate the action. Dictate. I hate myself.
It's the dad jokes, isn't it?
I'm not even a dad. I don't have a good excuse.
Kind of are. You've got Mara.
Stop.
A little puppy. It's close. We've got the smoke and a flashbang on Exist, and some grenades there on Rosa. FNS, the one with the smoke and the kit. And they're setting up for that pop dog flash to try and see if they can run someone out. They're going to be quick about it. It's the entire team just pushing their way into the A-bomb site. They're really quick. Get Right with an early kill there inside of the smoke. If you like, he got Ye somehow. I think he was spotted by Exist over on the other side. Yeah. So great coordination and teamwork coming out right now from the T side. Exist will land a headshot on one, and Infinite is about to get shot in the back, even if he doesn't know it yet. It's just him and Subrosa left, and it's going to get rough. He actually goes down to Freiburg instead, and Subrosa's got no chance. That's a clean round and a nice triple kill for Get Right.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's the kind of play you like to see from Get Right. He was just on the hunt the whole round. He remained aggressive, and while the rest of his team is dealing with things far back, look at him just push up. He's got the space. He's got the cover of smoke. As you mentioned, good communication with Exist, who's already taking that fight, and he's just put himself in a position to win that round no matter what happened. 8-8. We're all tied up. That's, both pistol rounds now for Dignitas, or Dig, except they did lose the second round in the first half.
That's a good point, and that must be avoided pretty much at all costs here. Can't go back into that same spiral once again. We've got double scout, got some deagles, and a CSAT 75, so don't underestimate them here. Ooh, an Infinite. Freiburg, he crouched right into that. He wanted it almost. Just like...
He wanted that peak, just really unhappy with the results. Surely Infinite doesn't come back for more. Good shot from Guardian. Infinite's given up the advantage that he gained. And that will thin things out. That is like, that's a lot of weight off Dig's shoulders once you get that kill that brings it into a 4-on-4. Because you know the defense has got to shift a little bit from their position after the frag comes in.
Just losing Infinite for now. Haven't really done any more damage, which is always great when you have two scouts in play. If you can tag some of the enemy players early on in the round, it does make them a little bit more worried. Jumping past, and actually Subros are able to pick up the kill, not the second one. Exists there to make sure that doesn't happen, and they spotted that scout close to the E-box, so some good information to work with right now. 30 seconds as the T side has started to make their way here, but yeah, everyone defensively is at the A-bomb site, so should be in a good position. Molotov to maybe push someone back, but they still need the bomb plant, and now I'm getting a bit worried. 25 seconds on the clock. Guardian trying to see if he can just cover the entire high ground here. Get Right goes down and trying to spray their way through with a reload. Oh dear. They've done it again, Jason.
Yeah, that hurts.
Oh, well,
Dig not able to find any. I heard something about 10 years, so as long as we're making old guy jokes, I'm fine with it. Woo. Some nice shots here. Just, oh man, Dig not able to get comfortable eventually in a 3-on-3.
Yo! Sorry, what was that, boys?
Calling them out.
That's 2 second rounds won by Orgless. That's massive. And look at this, Dig trying to pick up the pace. Certainly you're not going to run through that Molotov. Most of the players coming through the upper ramp. Get Right's made it happen, but there's no one really that he can get in a fight with. Good Dink and follow-up Dink as well, and those Glocks have finally taken down Infinite.
This is pretty good. I mean, they're going to get the bomb plant, and with really almost no weaponry and a couple of kills even to add to it, they're going to get eventually lined up in front of Ye, but still, what a great round.
Now
3 kills and a bomb plant.
Now the yelling is coming out for Orgless. They're starting to feel a bit confident.
Well, they should be confident. They are about to be 10-8. And even letting go of that bomb plant, they're still in a very strong position at the moment.
Yeah, the nice thing for Dig is the money. That extra $100 is going to go a long way in this round. Otherwise, most players are going to be stuck in the high, 3,000s, just below the area you want to be for that buy. We're going to hear from Ye.
Both side up. Flares! Woo-hoo-hoo!
I want to know what the 10-year thing was.
Yeah, well, we'll probably get that later. We'll find out. Maybe some auto engineers sifting through it, making sure it's
it's safe to broadcast.
Most swings are here at Flashpoint.
Yeah, so we're all discovering. We're all in this ride together.
All right. That was a commitment and a half there for Get Right.
Yeah.
He went the DDK round.
Yeah, he went in. And he went in hard.
How you do it, that's actually the only rule in Dan's life.
If you go in, you do go in hard.
Get right down and out. And
the hard part about that is there's nothing really to follow that play up. He was the only one there. Like, no one taking advantage of such a wide, committed swing.
yeah, that's a good point.
I didn't really catch it. I don't know if there was even a pop flash.
Joe, I don't think so. The only thing that I can see that's really working out right now for Dig is the fact that there's a very limited amount of grenades on Orgless. So theoretically, if they can get in and get the bomb down, it could get interesting. Now, Ye is going to be playing very close, and he has a Molotov, so if he gets word, he can just throw it down almost right in front of himself. And he actually already has, so that's going to buy more time off the clock. Another rotation is coming in. They already got 3 people here. That's another grenade landing right on that ramp, and yeah, they're just getting funneled and slowed down. This is an absolute disaster. Maybe the only way you don't want to enter this bomb site is by all sitting on that ramp and just waiting for a long time. Forrest, the last one left, and he's got no chance either.
It's not so much the Molotov that slows it down that makes Orgless feel like crap. It's the follow-up flashbang that comes in when they're just eventually starting to move after the Molotov. That's when you're just like, oh, they know everything, and they actually have way too many people here for us to break through.
Yeah, but it's only 30 seconds, so we can't even really run back.
And we don't have utility anymore. Yeah, it all went wrong there. 11-8, 3-round lead for Orgless, looking good. 20 kills on Wardell.
Yeah, that's a problem. And Infinite at 19. I remember some of those kills have just been even scout headshots. That's such a ridiculous backup to have if you're an AWP player. If you can actually do that, sort of, maybe not reliably, but enough that it has an impact. And I'd say Wardell's definitely hit that mark at the moment.
Yeah, he's delivering in this game so far, which is very cool to see. Speaking his name, and he'll deliver. Finds Freiburg with the AWP. This round is just going to maybe not slip away from Dig because, listen, they never really had a chance, and Ye knows there's a second player causing that boost, and he's going to hunt him down as well. Ooh, go teabag him.
I was going to say, follow through.
Why has he got a face that looks... Go back... Ye's face in that little thing at the bottom, it's like a Waluigi or some shit. It's like the little evil... Like, we need to put like a curly mustache on him.
Yes, and someone is working on it as we speak. What was Wardell? He was playing with Ghost Gaming, wasn't he, with Steel at one point?
Yes.
I think it was during that I really just started to enjoy watching Wardell, and then he just disappeared off the face of the earth for a long time, which is frustrating.
He's been hovering in the portion of the NA scene where it's like, we see you just enough to like know that you're good, but not enough to really get super excited about you. But at least now you got a whole season, Anders.
We do have a whole season, and I mean it's starting off incredibly well. So let's keep that going. 12-8 is a pretty good lead for Orgless right now. And Dig, yeah, they've purchased in this round, and it's not bad, but still lacking a bunch of grenades at the moment. How did they do this?
I don't know. I'm not even 3 players towards Ivy. You have 1 player. See, down in ladder room at the moment, so at least they have that foothold on the other side of the map. But look at the difference. Remember, we saw Ye on the T side for Orgless being so willing to just kind of book it and take the risk and get all the way down Ivy. Dig is very hesitant and very cautious. They went back to pick up the bomb, now walking back to not give any information, any sound cues. 45 seconds, and they haven't even started moving across Ivy just yet.
Guardian with a very interesting smoke to be put up. Can throw that smoke from 10 different directions, more or less. It is smoking off on the left-hand side as they come out. Good trade, but Wardell is there as well to shut down Forrest. And another kill on Exist. He's so accurate with his AWP. Now Rosa feeding the smoke and taking down Guardian. So had some good intuitive play, I would say. Just making sure that there's no chance at all here.
Here's the problem: there's no power for Dignitas on the entries, on the initial attack, the initial point of attack. They're getting no success on the initial fights, and they're not gaining any ground from it. Even when they get that 1-for-1 towards Ivy, Wardell's there for an immediate trade, and they're stuck in Ivy with nowhere to go. They have 1 player T mid, 1 player Ivy, 1 player in ladder room. There's no real cohesion in this hit that's allowing them to progress towards the bomb site itself.
24 and 11 for Wardell at the moment. He is so ready to go. Let's just find out if they can bring it to a close, which, you know, at times can be tricky. Even when you're in the lead, you struggle to find some of those last rounds. Dig, though, without much of an economy at all. Cool little jump down there with the CC, and Subrosa trying to just make a run for it, get right. One of the hunters down. I like the idea, but they're still getting traded way too heavily at the moment. And yeah, almost catching Subrosa there, but the backup is pretty swiftly right behind him. 14-8 now, and maybe one last chance here for Dig to put up a fight on Train, which I guess wasn't picked by Orgless, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Nuke.
And this was the map that was their highest percentage of win rate. So Orgless is going to be feeling very good on this map. Nuke is going to be next. You're exactly right. And then we have Inferno, if we can make it there.
If we can make it.
83% win rate for Orgless on Train. On Nuke, it drops down to 66%.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's still pretty decent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad, all things considered. 3rd timeout taken by Dig in this game, and it's not looking pretty. It's now 6 straight for Orgless. And this is a game in which Dig wins both pistols.
They win both pistols and lose both the second rounds. So
which turns this into a regular dumpster fire.
Yeah, that's what we're witnessing at the moment. At least from Dig's point of view, what is it, 5-6 in a row now for
Orgless.
For Orgless.
It's getting very grim. We'll see what Dig has here. Freiburg going to lead the way. Molotov towards upper ramp. Wardell choosing not to peek into it. He's got a teammate. He's got Infinite at the lower ramp, calling out. No one's crossed. And it looks like they just want to back away. They don't want to mess with the utility, but Orgless is setting up a trap. Subrosa in the ladder room can go for a quick flank. 2 defenders already at the inner bomb site. It's as good as you can get at this point in the round if you're Orgless.
Yeah, they're in good position for it once again. Some grenades are being still held on to here. It's worth thinking about. Infinite with the Molotov over on this side. Wardell's got all the grenades in the world. So if they try and go for it here, they might get slowed down once again just by the grenades that are coming in from the CT side, which is such a problem to have to deal with. Smoke's going in outside from the T side, just a fake, and Exist like he wanted to be part of that fake, but that's being read. They run into the Krieg of Infinite and the AWP of Wardell, and there's just no entry. This feels like Dig are not even getting close to winning these rounds.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no power in the initial point of attack. I mean, you look at what it is. It's Exist dropping down lateral by himself. Subrosa wins that. 2 players drop by Infinite coming down the lower ramp. There's just nothing to have success to make you feel like you're going to be able to actually, you know, go for an objective. They're not even getting to that point. They're stalling out very early on.
And they throw those smokes, by the way. I mean, they throw those from over the white holes, and then Exist, he's meant to be, you know, the manpower behind the fake. So you know, throw 2 smokes outside, you push Exist down Pop Dog, and you try and make some noise, and it doesn't matter when he gets killed. Everyone's like, yeah, so what?
Yeah, the problem with running these fakes is...
Keep baiting! What was that? What was that?
Say keep baiting. Keep baiting. Get Right's gonna lead the way out into the yard. He's got the first spray. Doesn't get the kill. Wardell comes out on top of Forrest. Ooh, and almost another one.
Yeah, this is last chance for Dig to try and turn it around. It's going to be such a long time for that to happen. FNS does go down. The bomb is planted at the very least. It's a 4-on-4 here. Freiberg with a nice sneak around. He's got his back turned though, and that's dangerous. Running up and no scoping him as Yay. That's an excellent kill. And the Molotov will actually force that scout all the way back. And at least Get Right, the only one out of the yard right now to take the fight. It's going to be 1 kill, but he's about to get shot in the back. And there it is. Yay will pick him off, and now they're on the bomb. And Exist has to try and do it. A missed opportunity, but it's still a second away. And that's 16 to 8. Orgless absolutely punishing Dick on map number 1 here.
Yeah,